Hi children, have you ever visited a car mechanic shop? Okay, there you can see a single person is enough to race a car or a heavy vehicles, right? And do you know how he is able to do this? Yes, he uses a machine, isn't it? He uses a simple device to raise the car. Isn't it? What is that device called? Yes, it is known as hydraulic jack, right? And today we will discuss about the principle behind which this device functions. And this principle was introduced by Blaise Pascal, and hence this principle is known as Pascal's law. So what is this law? According to this law, the pressure exerted on any point of a liquid is experienced equally all parts of the liquid if the liquid is at rest and in a closed system. Once again, pressure exerted at any point of a liquid in a closed system which is at rest, then this pressure is experienced equally or at all parts of the liquid. So let us see how this principle can be applied for the function of a hydraulic jack. That is what I am going to explain here. So before that, what is pressure? So all of you know, already learned in previous class, that pressure is the force, perpendicular force applied on a surface per unit area. Isn't it? So pressure is equal to force per area. We can write it as mathematically as pressure is equal to force per area. Force, perpendicular force applied per unit area, that is force per area is pressure. Isn't it? And now let me explain the you can see here on the paper you can see a picture. Isn't it? Diagram. This diagram represents a simple hydraulic jack. And here how it functions. In this picture, you can see two sides. On both the sides, one tube each, isn't it? And here one smaller tube and the wider tube. Both are connected, isn't it? And here, at both the tube is fitted with two pistons. One is smaller and the other one is wider, isn't it? Let us call these ends. Smaller end as X and the wider end as Y. Smaller tube as X and the wider as Y. Now, let me explain how this device can be used to raise the heavy vehicles in a car mechanic shop. Okay, so here let us see. Here, let us assume that at this small piston, a force of F1 Newton is applied. Okay, the smaller piston, on the smaller piston, a force of perpendicular force of F Newton is applied. And this force applied at the end of piston moves perpendicularly at the surface of the liquid. Isn't it? To this piston, thus pressure is downward and it will be applied at the surface of the liquid. And let the surface area of this liquid is A1. That let it be a square shape surface. Okay. So let the area is A1. And this piston exerts a force. Apply a force on the surface area A1. So the ratio F1 by A1, that is perpendicular downward force per unit area, F1 by A1 will be the pressure applied on the surface at X isn't it? So pressure P is equal to F1 by A1 here. Which side? It is acting on the side X, that is at the surface of the smaller tube. And here by the application of pressure, if we by the Pascal's law, the applied pressure will be distributed at all the part of the liquid, which here you can see the piston and the tube is closed and the piston is positioned here, and therefore it is a closed system. The liquid here is at rest also. So the liquid at rest and also it is a closed system. So the pressure due to the force F1 acting on the area A1 is applied at the surface A1, and that pressure will be equally distributed throughout the liquid, and the same pressure will be exerted on the other surface on the other tube, isn't it? And here the surface, the same liquid is distributed throughout this both the tube, and this applied pressure will be exerted on the surface of the other tube, that is wider tube. And here let the area of this wider tube is surface area of the wider tube is A2, and pressure applied will be same as the pressure applied on the other tube. And here, due to this pressure on this surface, a upward force will be exerted on the end of the piston throughout this surface area, isn't it? And here, due to the pressure applied here at the area, upward force will be exerted on the piston, and the piston will move upwards. That let the upward force is F1 here. Upward force, sorry, F2 here. We can say the upward force as F2 here, exerted on the piston, the second piston. Okay. So let us find F1 A1, F1, the applied force F1, how this can raise the other piston. Okay, that is what we have to see. So here let me explain it as we have P is equal to F1, P of X, P at the pressure at the side X. At the side X is Px. We can write it as Px, Pf1 by A1, and at the side Py, the side of our second side Py, the pressure will be equal to Px. Same pressure will be exerted at the other tube also, surface of the other tube also. And that pressure will be equal to the force applied by area of cross section of that tube. So that we can write as F2 is the force and A2 is the area of cross section. So we can write P of X is equal to F2 by A2, and then how can we calculate? We know that P of Y, pressure at this side, is as equal as the Px. So Py will be equal to Px. That is, that will be a non-quantity, because we know that what force we applied on this surface and area of cross section of the surface also. So we can find out P of X, pressure at X, easily. And by knowing the P of X and surface area, we can calculate, and then from this P of X and surface area A2, we can find out F2, force, upward force. What is the amount of upward force, magnitude of upward force, we can calculate, that is F2 is equal to Px into A2. So this way upward force, we can calculate what force is acting on the piston in the upward direction. According to that, we can find whether the car can be moved up or vehicle can be moved upward or not. So with this, once again I'll explain with some by applying some values for F1, A1 and P of x we will calculate, and A2 we will give some values. So that you can understand the concept clearly. So listen carefully. Let us consider the F1. F1 is equal to 100 Newton, and that can be applied on the smaller piston. And a car of 900 kilogram mass to be placed. Car of 900 kilogram mass to be placed at the piston on the side Y. Okay, and here car 900 kg mass I told. So this car will be, due to the mass weight of this car, a car will be applying a downward force on the piston. As soon as the car plays, it will be acting a downward force due to its weight. Isn't it? That downward force due to its weight, let it be here 900 kg. So weight will be 900 into 10. That is mass into acceleration due to gravity, mg is weight. So 900 into 10. G can be taken as 10 meter per second square. So 9000 Newton, 9000 Newton weight, or 9000 Newton weight, that is weight means force in the downward direction. So that force is 9000 Newton. The car, when the car plays, the car applies 9000 Newton force in the downward direction. Now we know that if an object apply a downward force, then to move it in the upward direction, that we have to apply a force greater than its weight. To lift an object, we have to apply a force greater than its weight. Therefore, let us consider F1 100 Newton, and let us consider this area of cross section, surface area of this water is square in shape. The surface of water is in square in shape. So that square has side 1 centimeter. Okay. Then surface area of this tube is A1 is equal to, here 1 centimeter, we can convert it into meter, that is 0.01 meter we will get. So area will be 0.01 into 0.01, that's equal to 0.0001 meter square area of cross section we got. Now here we got A1, we have applied a force of 100 Newton. So pressure P of x is equal to F1 by A1, that's equal to 100 Newton by 0.0001 meter square, that you will get 10 lakhs. 10 lakhs Pascal. The Pascal is the unit of pressure. So 10 lakh Pascal. Now this 10 lakh Pascal pressure will be exerted on the other side Y also. This other surface in the tube Y, isn't it? So that Py also will be 10 lakhs. Py also will be 10 lakhs, which is equal Pascal. And now let us calculate. This is equal to P of x itself. So let us calculate the applied force. Suppose this area of cross section also we should know to find out the upward force. So let us calculate the area of cross section. So for that, let me take the side. Consider this surface also in square in shape. So side of that square, let us take it as 10 centimeter. So that we convert into meter, 0.1 meter we will get. And this 0.1 meter one side only, and the area A2 will be 0.1 into 0.1, that is 0.01 meter square. We got the area A2 now. So by knowing area A2 and the value of P of x, we can calculate F2 equal to P of x into A2. That is F2 is equal to P of x into A2. That equal to 10 lakhs into 0.01. That's equal to 10,000. That's equal to 10,000. Now force, it is Newton. So listen carefully. Here you can see the force F2 in the upward direction we got 10,000. 4 is very small force, applied force 100 Newton. 100 Newton force applied on this smaller piston, and we got an upward force 10,000 Newton on the other tube and the piston on the other piston in the upward direction. So here one more thing you have to observe is the car applies 9,000 Newton in the downward direction, but the upward force is also greater than that downward force due to the weight of the car, that is 10,000 Newton. It is greater than the downward force applied by the car. So this piston will move in the upward direction, because the when applied force is when two unbalanced force act on an object, the object will move in the direction of greater force. So the piston will move in the direction of upward force, that is in the upward direction. So this is how the smaller force can lift heavy objects by a hydraulic jack. So children, I hope all of you understood the concept. Please revise once again and try to understand the more better. And next session I will be continuing the next topic, and till then, bye.